What's up, ladies and gents? This is Casey Kid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're going to be talking about weapons, Destiny 2's new weapons. Yesterday we had our big reveal from Bungie, our 1 hour long live stream for Destiny 2's first initial gameplay. And there are a lot of Destiny content creators and streamers and YouTubers out there getting a lot of clips and videos and just getting their hands on the product. So what I did was, last night I ended up seeing a match that Lucky and Buttwipe, the lab, they ended up putting out about the Dawnblade, and Buttwipe going into PvP using the Dawnblade. It looks a lot of fun. It looks a lot of fun. I'm actually going to put a link to their video in the description box below if you want to go check that out. Now what I did was, in the beginning of the video, Buttwipe was actually scrolling over some of his different weapons, so I took some screenshots of those different weapons just because I want to showcase to you how these weapons are changing. We have a brand new weapon system, and the cards for our weapons are going to be totally different as well. So whenever we look at a card right now in Destiny, we see rate of fire, impact, range, stability, reload speed. So whenever you take a look at these brand new weapons, your mind is going to play some tricks on you. For instance, let's take a look at this scout rifle. So whenever we see it, we're like, wow, that's a lot of rate of fire. Except for, no, that's impact. But that's even crazy impact for a scout rifle. Everything is thrown upside down and topsy-turvy. It's crazy. They end up basically showing our rate of fire as far as a number at the bottom of the screen talking about rounds per minute. So all of that is different. But we've also got a brand new weapon system. Instead of primary, special, heavy, we've got kinetic, energy, and power. And I guarantee you at some point during videos, I'm going to mess that up for sure. For instance, we can take a look at this hand cannon. This is a kinetic hand cannon, no burn, looks pretty normal. It's in what would be our primary slot, but down here we've got a hand cannon that has a burn that would be in our special slot. So you could actually have a hand cannon primary and hand cannon special at the same time, and that definitely is something that Destiny players are going to have to wrap their heads around. You can have hand cannons that have burns, you can have sidearms that are kinetic. Yeah, really different and really crazy. So we've got some of these different nuances, and how are they going to play into the game? I mean, if you really love pulse rifles, you could have a kinetic pulse rifle and an energy pulse rifle at the same time. Now take a look at this sidearm. That is insane impact for a sidearm. I don't understand how these stats actually kind of correlate into the gameplay and mechanics of Destiny 2. All I can say is that these cards don't make any sense as far as Destiny 1 stats. Sidearms don't have that kind of ability, not at all. So that's really interesting. But we've also got some brand spanking new weapons like submachine guns. Yes, everybody's been waiting for submachine guns in Destiny for quite some time, and here they are, including an exotic one. Risk Runner actually looks really awesome for PvE. You end up getting damaged by arc, you get stronger, and then you have the ability to have chain lightning and regaining bullets in your magazine just like the Zalo. Here it is in game action, looking pretty sharp. So that looks like that could potentially be something really fun for PvE, and from what I saw from the gameplay, the submachine guns looked pretty strong. They were melting through enemies, of course in a much closer range. As far as power weapons go, we've got our rocket launchers, but we've also got things like fusion rifles and shotguns and sniper rifles. So all of our special weapons now are moving from our special slot into what would formerly have been our heavy slot, but it also seems like the power ammo that ends up dropping comes relatively easy as far as in Crucible matches. And of course we've also got grenade launchers. So grenade launchers and submachine guns are brand new weapons to utilize in the Crucible or in PvE, wherever your heart desires. So we have these brand new weapons to kind of go alongside with our old favorites, our autos, our pulses, our scouts, our sidearms, our shotguns, fusion, snipers, rocket launchers, heavy machine guns, all of that stuff. We've now got grenade launchers and submachine guns. How are these things going to play alongside those weapons? Oh, and swords. We're getting swords for sure again. So how are these going to play? My guess would be the submachine gun kind of occupies the space right now for where we've got our sidearms and our auto rifles. It definitely seemed to be more of a close range, fast firing weapon, so up close it should deal the most damage. As far as the grenade launcher, I don't know how that's going to compete with a rocket launcher, to be quite honest with you, because a grenade launcher, intrinsically it seems like it shoots in an arc, and it seems like it shoots a little bit slower, and you don't exactly get the range like you get with your rockets. So why would you pick that over a rocket? The one reason why I think you would is if it was stronger. If it was simply stronger and dealt more damage than a rocket launcher, then that would make a whole lot of sense. Maybe more so in PvE than PvP, unless the blast radius was absolutely massive, and it would be really useful for using in PvP. Maybe if you couldn't see an enemy, you could bounce it off a wall a little bit and then get that big blast radius to hit the enemy. I don't know, just guessing, just trying to figure out how these new weapons will kind of fit into things that we're already used to. So weapons in Destiny, I said it before whenever we were talking about what sequels are like, you kind of want a sequel to make it feel enough like the original game, but be different enough where you feel like you're actually taking a step forward. And it seems like Bungie is going back to the drawing board, for sure. I mean, yes, we still have 3 weapon slots, but they're different. They heard us all talking about how we wanted primary weapons with burns, and though we apparently don't really have primary weapons anymore, we do have weapons that previously would have been considered primary, and they will have burns. So our pulse rifles, they're going to have burns, and they also might not have a burn. How does the weapon decide if it's going to have a burn or not? Is that something that we add to the weapon, or are specific weapons just given a burn from the start? I don't know yet. We're going to have to wait and find out. All of these things are what's so much fun about learning about a brand new game. I'm kind of interested in seeing how all these new mechanics play together, how we're going to utilize these things. Is it really going to feel different? I know whenever we're talking about it, it's going to sound different, and it's going to trip people up all the time for sure. Everybody's going to say primary whenever they mean kinetic. That's just going to happen. But I'm curious how it's going to affect our gameplay. But I can tell you this, I'm really excited. Excited for these new guns and excited to get them in my hands and your hands. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Destiny 2, and I'll see you around in Destiny. #SubMachine Launcher.